big scalps to take down, but Dust 2, it can always feel like a scary map to pick into, especially versus the seasoned, grizzled veterans of VP on this map. A CIS classic as we get ready to head in to Dust 2, Map 2, between Astralis versus VP, and the pistol round, well, it's already underway.
And no waiting around, and no chance for second place here. This quarterfinal elimination's on the line. VP don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Just a map away from going home empty-handed. Smoke on the hinge lets them climb up catwalk, but do they opt to do so? Buster's still back in tunnels. VP could always fall back into one of these B plays eventually. Yakinda's even got a Molotov. So we'll see where that one's going to end up. Cat is free though. VP have a lot of room, and Astralis might try and meet them in the middle here. They're already facing, they're already fighting, and so if VP do drop back into B, Astralis are going to be there.
Yeah, one of the curious things as well is you don't have a... Oh, sorry, you do have a smoke on Sanji. That's my bad. Whereabouts is old Sanji right now? He is over here towards long. So if he is going to try and like smoke a mid to B, which is what this was looking like, he's going to get that thrown in now from this position. And now the rest of the gang of Virtus.pro, who are waiting patiently, try to get through these doors. Glaive has smoked it off. They've got to battle through these smokes. They will get out into the open and now try to wrap the B bomb site. Pressure is on for Magisk and for Dupree, who occupy the B site right now. Getting closer is Virtus.pro, and just Magisk in the hot seat, dead after one. Yakinda's disrupting the rotations down here in middle as well. Any kills he can get, so valuable to VP, but nothing is found. And in turn, a 3-on-3 retake given a go by Astralis.
Double flashing, they go, no waiting around. The bomb is ticking, and the kills are flying through. There's a trade from Jame. Now it's all on Buster for him, with armor, with every hope in the world. But does a USP tap him out? There's the ding, and Buster can't convert. Glaive covered, looking away. Head hitbox hidden, and Zip provides the shot. 3 kills from him, and a lovely little retake for Astralis. A lot of it coming down to Yakinda in middle. If he gets a kill there, I don't think that's an Astralis round.
Yeah, I mean, you could see how much that meant to Zonic, bro. He's pulling in a big celebration. He knows that in a round like that, in a 3-on-4, a lot of times, if that was a rifle round, you were probably just saving, mate. But you get away with that kill in middle, it reinvigorates the squad. And I love the pace on that retake, right? So many teams might have elected to hang around a bit, see if you're given a kill. VP are not going to overface there. You've got to bring the fight to them. And Astralis wastes no time in doing that.
I do like this buy though, VP, right? Bomb plant is enough temptation, and knowing you can get rifles in on a map like Dust 2, sure, the lack of util, definitely a gaping hole here, but you make up for it with firepower, AKs and Galils, and headshots getting hounded here for VP. Astralis, they've got to go in middle, needs to watch out. He's already starting to lean A, and that's the right call. VP are trying to take long later. James scouting middle still. As Yakinda owns catwalk, and VP, is it going to be contact out long? There's only one guy on this angle, but he's got a very tight angle indeed. Zip won't be able to put up more than a kill here, and instead it's the info, and he backs out. Got to watch out for Yakinda on Cat. He's trying to sandwich them in, but he's already been dealt with, and Zip gets out scot-free. This is a beautiful start for Astralis, and they know exactly what's coming their way.
Yeah, the movement in this round, man, how they've dealt with this cat and long crunch is beautiful. You deal with the cat prong. Now you've opened up the chance to play retake. You can get these players on the cross. VP didn't have a lot of utility because of the force buy here. And so they're having to brave this crossing with just one smoke down. They will get across. Kicker, the man to make it. Trying to secure a bit of a foothold in this A site. The other 2 players back at long. They're hoping the bomb can get planted for these long players, and they'll come in handy later in the round. Kicker taps it. That's the Molotov to deny the bomb plant with so little time left. The fact that the bomb is now dropped out in the open is a big problem for Buster. He's providing kills, he's providing pressure, but he's got to get this bomb planted, and he's taking fights on the catwalk instead. The round falls apart for VP.
That was winnable. He killed the player in the corner. That was it. He had a chance. If only he immediately got on that bomb plant, maybe that's a VP round. Maybe they can just sit back at long, but he tries to hunt the kills. And you know Astralis are not going to give you the kills before the time expires, right? Even if one goes down, the other will be hidden. So, yeah, you know, maybe Buster's calculating in his head. Maybe the clock is different, but I don't know, man. That felt so winnable for VP. Nice try. And Astralis play it so well by taking Catwalk. They deal with Yakinda, and they just never give those long players picks. Talking of picks, James has opened up into middle. It's one way to begin a round.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's Sanji dropping this weapon over and playing P250 armor in this round.
Of course.
But look, man, this is why you give James the scouts. He's opened up for you. And now with the rest of VP leaning towards this B site, waiting in the tunnels, the question really starts to become, will this just be a follow-through into a B play?
Yeah, it's about your only hope here. And, well, Bubsky's going to put that in ruin, you would imagine. He's got nades, got Molly even, but guns out right now. There's the mid-flank kicker with a chance. Oh, he had to hit that headshot, though. Dupree swerves and does take that trade. So 4-on-4 right now. VP just getting ready to commit. James would give it a pick. That would be lovely. And even though he hits a scout shot, that gives time for the util to rein in on B, keep VP out for now. And they're going to reset spawn. Maybe running B with 4 could have given them a chance at the round, but now going back elsewhere with Astralis not having rotated, it should be free. There's Zip to take down Yakinda, and at this point, maybe back to the tunnels here for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, you could tell that they'd read into that as an over-rotation towards B, right? Yakinda is just knife out through the long doors. I think they're hoping that all the attention, all that utility going into the tunnels is telegraphing a bit of a B stack. Couldn't be further from the truth, and now with the bomb dropped on short, it is just the cleanup for Astralis. Yep. That round never lets... they never let that round get out of hand, rather, in spite of the opener found on the scout. And so they go 3-0 up, finding the pistol, finding the conversions as well.
Yeah, this is the scout shot that began the round, rather. James taking down Glaive. Very nice shot. If you can do more of that with the AWP, then we're in for a map here. 3-0 for Astralis, but again, leads mean nothing in a series like this. James, he has that AWP, and he's going right down mid with it. For Astralis, it's a bonus round. If they can steal this away and arm themselves with AKs, they would be more than happy. Flashing themselves through long of VP, though. 4 CTs here to fight them. They're already pushed up. Oh, Buster knows, and he hunts down Zipex in the corner. Lots of Molotovs, lots of grenades. Oh. And Astralis are about to get beaten to the punch. The hunt is in. Buster, lighting them up with a couple. And Dupree does get out alive, but Astralis are worse for wear. Down a man. VP aren't pretty either, but at least they're armed.
Yeah, if you're going to save this, you need to get a player up into the site quickly. And the emphasis is on quickly, boys. Come on! Oh,
get on my head.
Oh, my God, Dupree. Someone just do it the easy way. Finally, finally he gets up. Now, it's not the end of the world, because luckily enough, VP do take a while to actually get a move on. That's the key to this war machine, conserving energy, right? It's all about traveling at the optimum speed for fuel efficiency. And now they start to creep out long. Dupree doesn't really have a say in what's going on at the A-bomb site. Yakinda's even late lurking up through middle. Dupree, a lot of work to do with this Galil. They've crossed up the ramp. They're going to try and swing him together by the looks of things. And Kicker absolutely blows him out the water. Virtus.pro are on to their first round here and now. And a lot of it coming off the back of Buster, who just really is keen to capitalize on how much Astralis were fighting him at long.
Yeah, they were throwing all these grenades, and, you know, as he clears Zip in that close blue corner, I thought Astralis would try and trade the kill, or at least be aware that maybe they would get hunted as a guy out. But no, yeah, he's able to get double entry, do a lot of damage, and then VP just slow it down on long, as so many teams do on this T side. They're just trying to save. At the last possible second, they're going to walk in and do everything they can to deny this gun. It's not looking good for Magis, gotta say. There's the molly, and bye. No smoke for it, no chance, no hope in hell. VP on the board, and Astralis getting burnt to death. They've still got a bit of money. They should certainly buy up here. Get some guns, even have an AWP as well. It'll just be one player who's got problems. And let's just, why are we
I don't want to relive this moment, bro. This isn't what I want to remember.
Oh, feels like every, you know, we're getting the MM game in this series, Harry. We got that truck plant in the first map. Now we're getting people failing the cat boost. Double AWP for Astralis. They put it over the rifles. Does leave them lacking on 2, but you can win a round like this for sure.
Yeah, a lot of it is hinging on this fight, though. If this fight goes in favor of VP, they just win the round on the back of it. So Magisk, really a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He doesn't know it yet, but in a moment's time, he's about to be made aware of what lurks back in these tunnels. Oh, Magisk, there's the swing.
No.
Lots of bodies coming his way. And while he does take one to the grave with him, that is the extent of the B-hole. Now the rotation's coming in. One man already out into the site. Glaive up in the window. Only armed with this Deagle. Can't have a say on what's going on. He's Molotov'd out of position. Astralis, they might just have to save here. As mentioned, Magisk really had to get away with a couple of kills on that AWP hold.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get mad for one kill there, but yeah, the first shot has to hit if you want more than one. There are definitely rounds that can work. We saw Twist from the other side of the tunnels pull an ace on a similar round in this tournament. But yeah, without that first shot connecting, VP win the round, and there's no kit for the retake. So sometimes that hurts. But not VP. They're going to start building a bank. They're building T-side rounds. And that's really not what Astralis wanted, because they would love to have, either win that round and get their money back on track, or lose it, just take their quick ecos, and then have gun rounds ASAP. Instead, they're stuck in this weird middle spot where, you're saving SMGs now, you're building a bit of your residual cash, but you don't want to give Magisk a gun here. You don't want to waste any more of your money.
Yeah.
And so VP have more chances to build into this half after rule.
Oh, there's quite a bit of reinvestment. They are looking like they're going to throw a lot into this round, and Cool Attack pausing to supplement the investment.
That's Astralis is saying, we want to win this round right now. We don't want to, they realize the money is not in a good standing. Bubsky's given Magisk a dig, and now they've bought to win. Jiska's got a kit as well, something they didn't have for that retake. And so, yeah, this is now a very important round for Astralis. And considering VP didn't see the majority of Astralis that round anyway, they don't really care what's being brought in terms of weaponry. They know anything could be here. And so play it like it's a normal round for VP.
I am curious if they're going to anticipate this little double AWP, right? Like they never really knew about...
Magisk with an AWP, so that makes you question it, maybe. It's like the third choice as far as what we've seen from this team and how they've been divvying up the AWPs.
Well, VP a little faster on the mid control in this round. They are running up Cat, and they're here very, very quick. Zip, while he's gotten across, he might be in hot water, and there he is, opened up onto. Magisk has got no choice but to fight. Now they run into Dupree's AWP, but they're going to start to turn back, and this is because they deal with the players in middle. Fast flanking catwalk. Astralis try to use momentum, and Shane will snuff out the last light, the last gleam of hope in that round. The AWP gone. Virtus.pro tie this game up at 3-3. I love the awareness, right? We haven't really seen like a go at a fast flank out of Astralis yet. They throw it in that round there, and VP, not only are they ready for it, but it ends up being the catalyst as to why they closed that round out.
Yeah, if they were forced into Dupree there, if they weren't given those picks, they may have just run into the slaughter. Oh, nice try anyway for Astralis with what was inevitably a broken buy. VP even things up. Fast out long for Sanji. You know what's funny about that round is if Astralis went for the cat boost, they would have had that early info. They would have had that early control. But we know how the cat boost has gone for them. Two players tried to take it late instead. Astralis, they've taken some mid-control here. VP out long never means a commitment here. Never confirms it. But with no one else back in B, back in spawn, it certainly looks to be this long cross. The double smokes are in. VP are going to get into the site for free. It's what's in the site that might be expensive.
Oh, look at Bubsky waiting here. Oh, no, firing off. Now they know about him. No more element of surprise. Yeah, this round, any chance of finding damage really did hinge on Bubsky's position, getting away with something. Because now you're forced into a retake with just pistols. You really are just looking to strip some guns away if you can. VP up in the lead at 4-3. And already a kind of more commanding looking T-side out of them, right? Back on overpass, there were times where things started to look a little bit scared out of VP. Their style is one, as we say, that's pretty slow, pretty methodical anyway, so it feels like it's kind of hard to know when they're in their heads. But even thinking back to like the closing segments of OT, right? They were very, very passive a lot of the time. They weren't taking some of the same risks that they were willing to take before. Well, here on Dust, new map, new setting, and VP are looking fired up.
Yeah, I think that does make a big difference, right? If we think about how Astralis managed to 10-5 the CT side of Overpass, so many of those rounds, as they did for VP CT, come down to reads, right? Like good stacks, keeping your triple Bs until late in the round despite getting A fights early. And, you know, on a map like Dust 2, yeah, you can make reads, but they're going to be far less impactful just because of the fact that not only can you rotate so quickly, but yeah, it's never confirmed. Losing long doesn't mean it's A. It might just be VP toying with you. Losing Cat doesn't mean they're committing. They can drop back into a mid to B. So you're not going to ever be rotating your anchors until you have that bomb.
Oh, the
very
timing.
close timing. Jay might still get it though. Flick won't connect. Look close. Dupree going to flash himself back in instead. There's no kit in this round for Astralis. So as we're talking about retakes, one cannot be found in this round. They've really got to stop it before it gets to that point.
Yeah, and what that means out of this B hold is you need like more than even trades, right?
Yeah.
And 3-on-3 will not do if that's what you leave your squad in at this B site. So that's going to put a bit more pressure on this this double AWP hold at the B side of the map.
On Cat as well, first contact is Glaive. Oh, Bubsky fell. I would love to see him stay there because with this AWP, it would easily be able to take first contact. They'll never be checking for Bubsky there. They might even drop back and Bubsky can reaggress. Instead, he's gone down into middle, and that may not be a bad call indeed, as VP could drop into one of these mid to Bs. But here comes some lineups.
Yeah, these are just the standard catwalk smokes to try and get you out. And Virtus.pro, man, this is just the A commitment. In they come. There's Glaive's AWP. Good for the first. And now fighting even further is Glaive. It gives Bubsky a bit more room, a bit more of an element of surprise again. This 1-2 punch in the A bomb site staggers VP for a moment. Can they dust themselves off? Can they pick themselves up? Buster not able to get these entries. Kicker, while he has tapped out one, he's got to create a lot more room. And with very little time to play with, the options, the opportunities, they're starting to elude Virtus.pro. That bomb plant gonna come in with seconds to spare. Left in a 2 versus 4. The bomb is planted for short. So it's all set up for Jane to close the round out. Okay. However, he's bested by Glaive's AWP. He's had a pretty quiet game so far as Glaive, but in the right place at the right time with the big green gun, you'll see through a 4th round for the Danes.
Yeah, lovely little shots. The no scope to close as well. And you got to wonder if like Bubsky's making his own calls there, or if he's being micromanaged, but his positioning is great in that round, right? He starts Cat in a double setup. I think Glaive tells him to drop when he has the angle with the AWP. And then Bubsky, you know, sets up for a mid to B. VP are looking like they're going for it. And then right as they set back up for this Cat execute, Bubsky's already up on default there with the opening kill. So he's all over the place, man. He's in the right spots, the spots that Astralis need him. And so, you know, credit to him or credit to Glaive, whoever's moving the pieces round on this chessboard. 4-4. And a must-win round for Astralis has kept their economy above water. VPs is yet to be submerged either. James still got his AWPs. And we're getting a competitive game out of the gate, Harry. That's a little more reassuring. Last time around, it was a very slow start for VP, not just in their finding their opening round at 6-0 down, but even in the first half. It was 12-5 before VP came alive and drew us back to OT.
One of the things that that we're kind of noticing, and this is something that's been spoke about in these interviews as well with Astralis, is how they say, you know, like kind of anyone's AWPing right now based on feeling. Largely has been Glaive in like a primary AWP role, but this round is a good example of that, right? Bubsky had a spawn. He's been tossed the AWP in the early stages of the round. Yakinda, they don't know about him. How's he going away with a double kill? He runs right by Astralis. No one sees him. Yakinda, like a ghost, like an apparition, has just appeared from pit and has taken the round away. Now with long taken, this becomes a mind game. It grinds to a halt. VP up in a 4-on-3. They wait with pit control in the bank, and now they wait to see if Astralis throw any more their way.
Smokes out. Glaive goes for a peek, but again, is it that ruse? It's only one smoke for VP. They're playing with their food. A re-smoke. And Glaive back again to the angle, but do you really want to go wide? When he has taken these fights to Jame posted up, he's often been the bearer of bad news here for Astralis, and they can't afford to lose another man. Backing up and thinking maybe it's all too good to be true. It is not. Here come Virtus.pro.
Yeah, there's only one smoke left on Jame. That's gone in now, but look, you can see there are tiny gaps on this, and there will be one on the other side as well. This gives the AWPs a chance to fight on the cross, and there is a kill coming in on the back of it. Will that matter? Will that be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Losing a man on the cross. Astralis don't look committed to this. They don't look interested in attempting this round. A bomb plant's coming in. Astralis have backed the player off in towards B. That's Magisk. And it might just be the save in spite of a 3-on-3.
I think they're going for it. Magisk was just anchoring B because they hadn't
just
seen the bomb cross.
Ooh.
Just in case. You never know what VP are up to. So here now, with the kid on Bubsky, they're moving in. Bubsky's on Cat. Glaive's moved out from the spawn. There's no Molotov, but Enable will do a little bit of trickle damage if placed well. Onto Sanji it goes. Glaive trying to cross. Jame is here to stop him, and the jump shot won't connect, but the info does, and Glaive hits the shot in the air. Magisk helps out, and now it's up to Jame. The bomb's not for him. They're already sticking in the smoke, and there's nothing Jame can do. 5 rounds for Astralis. The retake with just a few seconds remaining is picked up, and VP stalling that long take does not do them any favors.
Glaive hits us with a vintage Kukli style as well. Oh man, the little jump up there. All right, Glaive, we see ya. That's the kill that kickstarts that entire retake, right? The guy at the back of the site is suddenly feeling a tremendous amount of pressure. James' attention is divided between watching CT and the cross, and it all falls apart on the back of that jump shot.
Yeah, safe plant as well, not what they wanted either. VP maybe upping the ante, upping the pace, and getting out long again quickly. It's going to be a man behind blue dead. Sanji denied as a kicker takes down Zip. It's at least kept things even. And okay, we're fine now for VP. We're not stressed because 4-on-4, they leave long with no more casualties, and now they can reset. Crouching through spawn, making that rotation, and leaving Jame with the AWP and CT to hold for info. Anyone wants to move out of their positions, Jame will be coming that across. Luckily, Astralis are committed right now. They're stuck in their ways, stuck in the mud, and waiting for VP to come to them.
Yeah, because Jame has this bomb, he can't sit and T-spawn all around. He's having to get a bit more mobile, moving in through mid. And it's looking like this is destined to be an A play, right? With Buster relinquishing tunnels control and Cat being a focal point for VP here, you've still got this long doors player to come in late as well. Glaive has got to hold his own, right? Gets out of there early, and that decision might keep him alive for later in the round. Will this be a bit of a situation where Glaive's decision to not fight when it was available lets him find impact in the post plant? Yakindar already dropped. Domes Glaive on that first peak, and now the attention of this long player split between 2 positions. Magisk will stay alive and keep the round afloat. A 3-on-3. Look at Yakindar, so low, and yet still good for the kills. 4 HP, and Yakindar has just saved the day for Virtus.pro. Never should have been this easy. I don't know how he's just gotten away with 2 waiting in the CT smoke.
Yeah, the first kill with 4 health was a bit much, but then to follow up as well, ridiculous scenes from Yakindar, and he's already hunting, he's already looking for this kill. Set up in the B tunnels, Magisk will not meet him there. And so he is going to be able to save the M4, but you won't save much dignity. You won't save much face with a round like that being won by VP. Astralis did everything they needed to keep that even, to actually set themselves up for a 3-on-3 retake. But not today. VP sneak another round past the keeper, and we're up to 5-5 again. Even Stevens and Astralis on the back foot as far as the economy is concerned.
Yeah, you know, if you want to look at this story for Yakindar so far, it had been a pretty quiet start to the map. You know, he was down, what, 0-6 heading into the round before last. Then he gets that double kill entry out through long, if you remember. That was looking like it was going to set VP up for a round. Obviously, Astralis went on to pull that retake back, but this time he stops it in his tracks. And now he's trying to take it one step further by committing fast through B out into the open. They haven't dealt with the card player yet. The USPs are doing it. Oh my word. Virtus.pro, they might have it He's stolen away on a full eco. Just the rifle on Magisk. And it's looking like it's done enough. The USPs steal a round away. And as I'm singing the praise of Virtus.pro, as I'm really trying to back the squad, that is how the round falls apart.
Bobsky's a little troll, man. He bought an MP5 SD with no armor. He was just looking to make mincemeat of VP, and that's what they do. Served on the table for dinner.
What?
I don't know how they win that. That's just an absolute calamity.
Magisk gets the opener, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, the rifle gets one, but now they're going to B, right? They're only up against pistols and an unarmored MP5. It should be fine. No.
It was not fine.
It wasn't fine, Hugo. Oh, my word.
Well, Sanji's taken a hit once again, and I presume dropped the AWP over to Jaime. He's left with Deagle and no armor. The things you do for your leader. 6-5. A round win that will move past. And hope that VP can do the same.
It's huge for Astralis in the grand scheme of this matchup, in the grand scheme of this first half, right? Now it's teed them up to try and at least win out the first half of play. If they win this round, they break the money of Virtus.pro, and suddenly, you know, they're springboarding themselves into the lead.
It's one of those rounds that you don't really think of. You brush it off, you wipe it away, you forget, and you move on. But when it gets to round 30, and when you start hitting the OTs, you start hitting the late game, you're wondering, man, if we won that one round, if we just closed the USPs, this could have been ours before it was all said and done. Instead, here come VP, another commitment on the catwalk. These have been good to them. They've been getting into a lot of post plants. Glaive, he's seen how far they've gotten, and they're way ahead of the mark. Nice shot from Glaive, though. Catches your Kinder going back with the rifle, and now it's a beautiful round for Astralis. A 5-on-4, a bomb going down, and a retake coming in.
Yeah, so often Yekindar have been the space creator. Well, in this round, they deal with him early, and look at the freedom Astralis are now feeling. They're running amok in this site. Jaime trying to hold on. Good for a double, but Sanji is so far away. It's not planted for him either. It's a catwalk plant. So Sanji can't do a damn thing. Astralis, they do get round number 7 up on the board. As mentioned, breaking the money of VP. And so you're hoping, if you're an Astralis fan, that this 8-7 scoreline is like a bare minimum for them now in the first half of play.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, that was lost for Sanji. I would love to see him face, though. He has a Deagle with no armor. He literally doesn't have anything to lose. It would have been really good to see him, you know, just getting a kill, grabbing a player on the site and running away. Would have done more damage to Astralis, but it's not the end of the world. This is the eco win that Astralis just picked up. Bubsky going wild. Oh, he didn't buy it. He picked it up. My goodness. I just saw it so early.
Yeah, I mean, so I didn't see him with it in the beginning. I saw him got the USP kill. That's why I was so confused, but I thought, like, yeah, USP over MP5, I could see that.
I don't know what, that was just a mess, honestly. That
whole mess. Yeah, dude, I don't know. When Astralis get brawly, it does get exciting, right? Like, you remember when Glaive stepped away and Magisk took over the IGL role? We got a more brawly Astralis, right? We got to see a side to this team that we never really saw before. And you still get glimmers of that in these rounds where they get away with absolute murder.
Another hero gun, another hope for VP, but will your Kinders be any better than last time around? He's at least got an outlaw. Luckily enough, though, it's a position that Astralis are not considering or not trying to contain. That's a big grenade from Zip, putting your Kinder on his 40 health. And the one man with armor as well doesn't even really want to throw that over. It's weird at this point. And so that's actually, you know, the best long control Astralis have had, right? They've often been, getting battered over there. Instead, they get a lot of damage off and they concede it. Even with a flank from Bubsky, VP, they don't know it. They're locked in a cage right now. Bubsky's taking the safe route. He's going the long way round. He's checking spawn before he commits. There's nothing wrong with that, but it will delay him on a flank.
It's pretty huge, though. Dupree's cleared out tunnel as well, and so at this point, they do kind of know it's an A play, especially with utility coming in. 3 players here to hold the fort, and a flank available from Bubsky. You're hoping the AKs can just deal with the job, and it's looking good. There's the openers for Magisk. Yekindar with this hero rifle has been whittled down throughout the course of the round, and 1 shot was all that was needed to deal that killing blow. 8 on the board for Astralis. That little partial investment with the hero AK brushed aside, never even breaking a sweat. So we've got the Danes roaring back to life as they approach the end of this first half.
Yeah, there needs to be, you know, a chat here for VP, a quick talk, because they've had these rebuys round after round after round, these ecos. They've not had guns, full guns, for quite some time now. So VP, this has to be a pickup for them. This has to be a round. We know they can pull back the 12-5s. We know it's not the end of the world here and now, but you want to make something happen on the T side of this map. And James at the forefront with the orb might be the guy to do it. Again, Sanji on the back foot, on the weaker weapon. And VP a late long take this time around. Zip there on his own. And only one orb for Astralis as well. Oh my goodness, dupreeh so close in the door. James doesn't know how close to death he really is, but up Cat instead. VP given a bit of real estate before the smokes land.
Whoa! Big from James.
One way to open.
Yeah, crazy that he's so willing to take that engagement and he wins it over Glaive's AWP.
Oh.
Nice response from dupreeh, and now info gained for Zip on the long side as well. Alone in this A-bomb site is Bubsky, but he's not going down without a fight. Now crossing out of there, trying to play retake, trying to stay alive. He will get across to Cat, but can he get over and out of this dangerous situation? They've thrown a smoke for him. They've let him stay over at Gandalf. Oh, this has gotten weird now. VP, they know he's there. They've got him trapped, but they can't do anything about it. They need this bomb plant as well. And with Molotovs raining in to slow it down, Virtus.pro have just got to wait.
Yeah, only one player spotted. dupreeh's going back, though. He's trying to full flank the long side, and they bought time, as said, right? The Molotovs have given Astralis a bit more room to wait for dupreeh on the late lurk. Yakinda's considering it, but timing is everything. He looks back to the site, and he moves out of harm's way. Not for long. dupreeh with a spray converts the kill, and Buster's still here, trapped on the bomb site. Bubsky's about to find out, and there he goes. 9 rounds to 5. Astralis with another perfect A retake. They have been full of them on this CT side, and it feels like VP can't catch a break. We've not really seen many B attempts ever since that, or that eco win with Astralis. The mid to Bs have been gone. And no matter how you sugar it up, whether you go short or long, Astralis have always been retaking this A side.
They bought an auto sniper, but I don't know if that was intentional.
On the CT side,
I saw him throw it away, so it's just in spawn. I wonder if they're going to come back to that at any point in this.
Let's hope it doesn't come back to hurt Astralis.
Yeah, hopefully not, right? Yakinda's gone for these drops into CT a lot, and so there is a world where he could recover it. It shouldn't be like a defining moment, but maybe it is.
They don't know, luckily. It's not the case where you're spamming doors with T-side autos and then the CTs are looking for them. EPA are not thinking about that. I'd love to see a mid to B here. It's what got them on the board early, some of these B rounds, when Astralis weren't, you know, as flush with cash as they are now. But there's a double setup at least here. Magisk and dupreeh committed.
I mean, hey man, like if you weren't nervous before as Virtus.pro, you are now, right? Like you never want to doubt their tenacity, you never want to doubt their ability to come back. But you also got to factor in that, you know, land nerves are a thing. And at such a crucial juncture in this game, out through mid doors they go, an accidental jump for Bubsky. And that's given Yakinda a double opener. dupreeh trying his best to save the day. The only guy left in the B site. dupreeh, take us to safety. Oh no, instead he's sidelined by Sanji out through the doors. dupreeh was the man to open this round up. And now from beyond the grave, he's got to watch as Glaive and Zip attempt to see it through to the very end.
Yeah, last of the half here, no questions about the retake, a 2-on-2, and the util already a miss. The flashes are good. Buster's blinded, but no one capitalizes on it. They're waiting for Zip to come through the tunnels. Sanji with first contact. It's not an easy shot. Glaive's gone, all onto Zip. They can double face or not face at all, and it's the VP way to make you wait and find 6 at the end of the half. VP at least showing us something here on the T side of Dust 2. Can they keep it going? Can they pull it back to Inferno as a third? Or is their story going to come to a close? You'll have to stick with us to the bitter end.
believe the sniper is a role that enemies should be afraid of. Like, for example, enemies are saying like, hey, jam peaks here or here, be careful. And then when you're going against Astralis, you know that they don't have the main upper, and some of the peaks they don't do, and it just opens up space for your team. And we played against them in Katowice quarterfinals as well, so we're pretty confident.
Usually the return to this second half of play on the second map would be accustomed by the screams of adoring fans watching as these two teams take each other on. We might not have the crowd, but with LAN games in sight, with a semi-final on the horizon for one of these teams, the pressure is just as high as ever. A second half about to begin. Astralis up in the lead at 9-6. Virtus.pro managing one more before that first half ended. Is that enough to make a difference? Now moving in to this second half of play.
Oh, that's one way to start it. Look at the kills. They're flying through. Everyone getting dropped. The only thing surviving for Astralis is the utility. So at least some semblance of a game plan can be kept in shape here. But Yakinder wants to bend it out of shape. He's already pushed through B. He's in the spawn. And the longer Astralis take to commit, the closer this flank will find itself. Back they go, regrouping. And here's where the spot comes in. Yakinder, oh dear, it should be a freebie. He's whiffed some shots at least. Gonna have to get out alive. But, oh, Buster will make up for it with a quick tap up top mid. Now an Imagisk. And yeah, I'm not thinking of this round like it's any longer winnable for Astralis. Just about saving face. Whatever they had to show us here.
I got it. What if Alex and Chad had said that during the famous Cadian moment, right? What if, you know, you're meant to be bigging this up, Hugo. You're meant to be getting me excited. Look, 1v5 for Magisk all the way through T-Spawn. I've already built this up now.
Maybe it's the realist in me, Harry. Maybe
it is
right.
the realist.
Maybe you're right, and
Let's
I look like a fool. Let's find out. Do you remember that 1-on-5 from Magisk?
Oh, man, I think I remember it. Let's see. Magisk, dead. Shot in the side of the head. Virtus.pro, 7 to their name. And as much as we try to will it into existence, it's not happening. It is an incredibly dominant pistol round out of VP. And in the longevity of this series and getting even more of a belter, I'm not too dismayed with that.
No, nothing wrong. And, you know, sometimes reality comes crumbling down upon you, but you just got to make do with it. You got to brush it off, pick yourself up, and force buy. Astralis coming in with Deagles as VP control the economy. Got the scout down middle, but the rest of Astralis, most of which are heading B-ward bound. Bubsky holding for B aggro, leaves him here later in the round, and if Astralis want, they can come back to him. He can throw a door smoke and they can recommit into this site. Certainly might be the play here in this one. You know that the numbers are going to be weaker on B than anywhere else. James pushed back off of Catwalk by the scout, and Glaive, can he finish it? Can he follow up? No. James did have cover. The nade almost ended his round, in fact, and now Astralis creep out mid, but the timing could elude them.
Yeah, Buster has just moved in, dropping this smoke. They've already gone through it, but he's still good for that opening kill. And that's going to deter Astralis from committing to this mid to B play. At this point, man, everything you've tried has kind of been uprooted, right? You tried looking for that opener on Cat, you got forced away. You tried going mid to B. Well, now you've lost a player there as well. The round's grinded to a bit of an awkward halt for the Danes, and they're holding on, hoping that Virtus.pro are going to overextend. They're going to give something up here. You know VP like we know VP, that ain't going to happen anytime soon. They're just hiding, waiting for Astralis to make a move, and now we finally get this real mid-to-B commitment out of Astralis.
Oh.
They're up through mid, Kicker runs through the Molotov and blindsides the mid play, still cancelled out by Zip, but it's a nice clean round for Virtus.pro. The response was good. They pieced together what was going on there before it even came through for Astralis. They had everyone in position to shut down that mid to B.
Yeah, it may have been a man down, but like the timings of that push were really, really good. Like Astralis knew what they were doing. It really is just thrown into disarray by Kicker coming through the smoke. If he doesn't do that, I think that goes a lot worse for VP probably. And those mid players can, you know, catch VP while they're stopping the tunnels push. Instead, it's a perfect round, and VP are more than happy with that. James got a Nova. Yes, bit of money to be made. $900 ahead. The bounty's out. And James wants his piece.
Yeah, all right, James. All right, it's unorthodox, but let's see if he can get any kills with it. There is someone coming his way. Whomp, there it is. The Nova ringing out with a kill, and now he's hungry for even more. Another $900 paycheck, here it is. James, get your stimmy, baby. Come on, here he is with the push. Whomp. Oh no, he's dead to Glaive. The Nova betrays him.
Yeah, don't get too close. That's what VP is saying now. Don't get too close. Keep your distance. You can't win. We'll take these fights.
Oh, oh, Glaive, yeah, it was only a matter of time. So there's Virtus.pro tying this game up after all, 9-9, and that one kill for Jay means he's flushed with money. He's going to bring the AWP out right away.
Yeah.
No issues there.
So, Harry, when we went into this game, we said, okay, Astralis, they're going into one of VP's most played maps, a map that Astralis in recent times haven't played too much. What have they got to show us? What have these T-sides got in store? At 12-5, they could only just close out their last map in OT. Right here and now, it's even Stevens. It's up for the taking for Virtus.pro. Astralis need a banging rifle round out of the gate.
Yeah, you really want to hit the ground running here, right? You want to start to take matters kind of back into your own hands. You want to start to make VP feel like they're at the mercy of your T side. You don't want them any more confident than this. The barrel,
Hello.
the barrel. Glaive, he's got the info. Oh, James, stop it. Stop it, you saucy little minx. He's showing a little bit in middle, but nothing too much. Now backing out of there. Just a little teaser to Glaive.
Oh, no. And Astralis, in doing this, they leave B. They're like, don't peek lower. James holding you. And that spot has now been taken by Buster. Glaive jumping out of the sight of Yakinda down in middle. He does have that secondary AWP. He is tagged up. Now Astralis getting ready to go long. VP, it's as clear as day. There is no question about it. 5 players in the long position. If anyone goes back, Buster is there to deny. But in the meantime, this double orb is inside of the site. Yakinda from B has been boosted in with James. What could possibly go wrong for VP now?
Yeah, they are so ready for this play. Astralis, you are walking in to certain death. All players here for VP, even Buster moving in from lower tunnels. They know what's happening. They know what's coming their way. Astralis try to get past. The smokes are now fading as well. They try to spill into the site. Jane with his AWP on short hasn't been given an angle yet. There is still this player tucked at Gandalf. The molly is wasting precious time. They can't get this bomb planted. They can't get the bomb planted. And Virtus.pro have won it on the time alone. It eludes Astralis, VP up in the lead, and it's not often that the Danes run out of time. It's not often that rounds fall apart like that. And maybe that's a sign of the times, as now VP springboard themselves into the lead.
That's the AWP's dream, man. Jame holds that Molotov all round. He's just scoped up lower. He doesn't need to use it, and it comes in with 10 seconds remaining. Magist couldn't do anything. If he gets on the bomb plant there, he will die during the animation. His team suddenly go wild, right? They start hunting kills down. They get 3 out of 5. They do a good job with only 10 seconds warning, but it's not enough. VP are never going to throw that away. They're never going to give you 5 kills in 5 seconds. And so they steal it right under the nose of Astralis. Oh, that's going to hurt. Forced to save guns they didn't want to as well. It's going to limit the util. No loss bonus for Astralis. Just keep what you had and take nothing extra. Dupree's bought an AK. Everyone else is armed. And this is going to be the weirdest T-side rifle round you're going to see in a while. Look at the utility. It's on Zip of all people. And nothing else. VP are laughing all the way to the bank, and this boost up Cat again. The flash at least gets it off. Astralis doing their best to avoid a disaster for now.
Yeah, once again, early set towards short. And maybe looking to explode long into an A split are Astralis. This is, you know, not anything crazy complex from the Danes. Sometimes going back to basics is what's needed to find success. So they take this long control. They're pressuring the players in the site. Sanji, not letting these guys out of Cat, has just given a lot of room over to Virtus.pro. Look at this now. It went from only 2 bodies in this site to suddenly everyone's here, and they're all chipping in. Jane with a late trade. The bomb out at long, but it is just Jane left. He's got it down to a 1v1 on both sides, and now playing around this bomb with Glaive left to beat. It's a clash of AWPers, a clash of legends, and Jame is the man to put 11 on the board for VP. Oh, unreal from that AWP on the CT side.
They were just about to clear him at car, and then that flash comes out. Sanji swings wide. It somehow favors Astralis. They win the trade game on long, considering Sanji opened up, but Jame had to be cleared, and Dupree couldn't do it. 2 flashed out. If he does, that round's theirs. Instead, look at the result. Jame kills everyone. Audacious. He sat on top of the bomb in that 1v1 as well. He didn't hide. He didn't give it away. And VP are trying to steal this series back from the brink of defeat, from Astralis in control. Although, anything but free. Look at the speed. They've upped the pace. They've grabbed a gun, and they're committing into the A site.
Oh yeah, but on this cross, we've seen VP devastate the Astralis forces before. This time, with the smoke down, they are able to get that bomb into the site. And with the bomb now planted, a chance in the 5-on-4. The retake through CT starts to get awkward. Yakinda opens up other avenues up on the short side. You've got to deal with Yakinda because he's taking everybody out of the round one at a time. 3 for him. And now Virtus.pro is spurred on. Up they come. Buster with the kill to Bobski. Zips to Eagle. While it's good for the first, that's the extent of it. And a huge round out of Yakinda puts VP up onto 12.
This game is still going, and VP are not letting go. They are not giving Astralis the room back into this T side, and I can't say I don't love it. Insane play from Yakinda. Just runs through the mid doors, and every wave of Astralis is unable to put a stop.
And coming into this, I was worried about Dust 2. I'm always concerned about Dust 2 when it's your pick in a series. It can feel like such an uncertain map, especially when you're up against, as mentioned, the battle-hardened VP here, right?
Back to basics, Harry. Maybe more of a B round here for Astralis. It's the one site they've not shown much love to on the T side. James again, just back to his usual tricks on catwalk. He won't be there for long, right? That's standard. You're expecting that every round for Astralis, but Buster yoinking a kill out of middle with only a pixel of position. He's going to steal Dupree's life. 12-9, a man up. Money on the line here for Astralis. It's all falling apart.
I would love to know how that peek looked to Dupree. I don't think he ever even knew he was open to the AWP in mid. I was watching Buster's POV and I barely even saw it. Oh, that's brutal. A man down and a huge player to lose early. Dupree knocked out. Astralis, where do the answers lie? Where can you find these openers? Short side, maybe. Magisk versus Kicker.
Oh, I don't think Magisk spotted him. Kicker knows.
Kicker is more than aware that there was a guy here on Cat. And now he's been even more aware that he's hit this timing. Blindsiding Magisk, who was never ready for a close swing. Glaive was attempting a trade here. But already the short player's gone back. It feels like you're fighting against your own shadow, man. They're just disappearing and reappearing elsewhere. Oh, Glaive out through the short side, does have James to beat, and this is a fight that James has been good in time and time again. The fact that Zip has knocked him out has maybe given them a chance after all. Huge from Zipnix on this long flank. Astralis have still got fight in them yet. A 3-on-2 with the bomb down, and Yakindar and Buster, this was never a situation they even envisioned.
And they're giving it up. Oh my goodness. What a round to sneak past the keeper. Where did that come from? Zip's long lurk was perfectly timed, but in tandem with him getting a double there is Glaive even winning a fight on the AWP. And so despite Dupree dead in middle, despite the strong start for Virtus.pro, it all comes crumbling down. And Astralis hold on. That was the round that really, in my head, would have almost sealed the deal for VP, right? Astralis losing all their money, down 13-9. It would be reliant on one more rifle round. Now Astralis have given themselves a second life. Double digits. And all up in the air now. Everyone goes quiet. There's the shot that started it all.
Just unreal, man. Really, like, all things considered, the fact that this was a 3-on-5 is remarkable that Astralis pick it up. And it is in no small part because of Zip's long flank, right? I think if James is still posted on that angle, Glaive is never even given a chance to take those fights in CT.
You can definitely see Dupree, like, it's getting to him as well. He's the bottom performer in his team right now, second in the server. He was him getting picked in middle without the info as well. He's been, dying a lot first. It's not fun for Dupree right now. Just got to keep your head in the game. When you die like that, you go down 3v5. He's sitting there probably thinking the round's over, and Astralis pull it back. They win it. So that's got to be motivation in and of itself. 12-10. Now it's VP's money drawn into question. They'd love to answer the call with a win here. And maybe the cap boost, maybe it'll finally be time to show it. James been doing it round after round, and he's been flashed off every time, but not today. Bubsky, no flash for him. His team out long, and he's dead first.
This doesn't leave you with a lot to fall back on either if you're Astralis. Right now that you've lost this tunnels control, it's given room to VP. Look at them. They've taken all this control away over towards the B site, and so they know this is destined to be an A play. Already, oh my God, James just flashed. No one peeks on the back of it. Maybe just an info flash. No one fires off, so they're not ready for these close peeks. Magisk with a double. Yakindar holding onto the site. Won't give them an inch. And with James still covering from Cat, Glaive is pincered in a rough spot. He's got to flush out Yakindar, and they can't seem to deal with this pest in the A-bomb site. Zip with the flick, and still Yakindar being a nuisance. Oh, Zip with the turn. AWP fighting back in, and it's a 1v1 again. James versus Glaive. Clash of the big brains, clash of the titans, and James is calling Glaive's bluff. He knows he's trapped, and Glaive will nail the shot. No accounting for that if you're James. No accounting for that quick flick out of Glaive. Astralis get on to 11, and Zip has just had round of life when it matters most.
Flick on the first long play. I don't know how he does it. The contact long play is a beautiful call for Astralis, but it makes magic happen. We've now seen 5 players on Astralis all in this series already, and we are not done, ladies and gentlemen. We are nowhere near done. 11-12, and a round snuck right through the legs of VP. Nutmegged. Not happy about that one.
And look at what it's done to them. They're on an eco, Hugo. Yeah. This is the path back to equalizing this game for Astralis.
I'm just still shocked that Glaive, when he made that play, he dropped off, he ran CT, he walked back. Jame heard that. It was a fake. It was by design. Jame, huge brain on the shoulders, doesn't fall for it, but still Glaive hits the shot. What an in-game leader. And here we go. This is where it all starts to fall apart. This is where pretty for VP turns ugly very quickly. Astralis may have won a USP round. VP are not going to be as fortunate.
Yeah, right. They're all just on the wrong side of the map. They took a heavy gamble towards A, and it's not paid off for them. The bomb's all the way back in T-spawn. That's not a problem for Astralis. If anything, it's quite nice. It's given them a bit of time to figure out what's going on in this round. And now as they set up into B, they've got a free bomb site, a free bomb plant. 12-12 is as good as done.
My goodness. This game is providing, Harry. It was a bit quiet at the start of Dust 2. It was a bit back and forth, but now it's up in the air. No one in control of this one. But Astralis feeling the burn maybe that little bit more. They've got a map in their pocket. They've got some of the pressure alleviated. And Zip is having a field day on this anti-eco. 2 kills already. The spam through the door will do some damage. And VP aren't getting out here with even a player. I'll buy a ticket. It's all too familiar territory. 5 alive, and Astralis, they deal with that eco. But it was all the means to an end for a VP. It was all the wait for this buy round. And it's unfortunate. The VP are not going to be having an AWP unless Yakindar glass rifles, and of course he will.
Yeah, man. What Jame wants, Jame gets.
I was about to say, like, yeah, Sanji doing it, sure. Yeah, Buster doing it, sure. Yakinda's top in the team, second in the server, and he has no armor behind his rifle now. Well, the faith in Jame is there.
It is a lot of faith, right? A lot of faith in Jame, and we need to see why that's the case, right? If there ever was a time for Jame to give us a round, it's in this one, where they've sacrificed armor on Yakindar, but a fast mid to B, getting dealt by Astralis. One player in this B site is the armorless Yakindar. This is it. This is all your chickens coming home to roost. He needs to make a play, and aim punched out of the round. Zip's gonna get him. A 4-on-3, and the B site stripped away from Virtus.pro. They're saving. They're not attempting this one. Astralis are back in the lead.
Oh my goodness, and they know that better than most. They know that better than anyone right now. VP are not even considering this one. Safe plant even. Astralis, they make sure that nothing goes bad here. They keep their eyes on the prize just in case VP want to slip in last second, but that's not the case. And soon the penny drops. 13-12. And VP not in a pretty position right now, not in an enviable one either.
It's unreal, right? Like we talk about Landos, we talk about Jit as well. In this head-to-head, you look at the names on Astralis, you look at the legacy that these guys have. On LAN is where they do their best work. And I think no one is exemplifying that more in these last few rounds than Zipnix. He definitely deserves a lot of praise as to the reason that Astralis are even in this position. It was him with back-to-back 2Ks to put a stop to this run from Virtus.pro, and now Astralis are in the lead. Now the scales have tipped yet again in this series, and it's the Danes up in the front. Virtus.pro, while they've got an investment looming, while they've got guns ready to come in, you are now at the mercy of this CT economy. We know how punishing it can be, and the fact that it could be the undoing of Virtus.pro on Dust 2. Ooh, the pressure, it's immense. It is immense. This next rifle round matters so much.
Yeah, you talk about undoing. I mean, it was Astralis as a roster that's been undone in the past 12 months and was even looking to be so in the future. Questions on where these players are going. Will they remain? Will they even play pro? We'll have to find out. Right now, if Astralis can do this, if they can steal a semi-final spot, if they can maybe take a victory at IEM Cologne, that would be quite a statement and quite a lot of reinvigoration into a roster that we felt was on the decline. Well, now they're on the up and up. LAN is back, and so are the Danes. Got that AWP swap. Magis taking it now, not Zip. And so VP sit back with 2 in B. Again, Astralis, they seem to feel this is the solution, the way to get the rounds on the board. Kicker and Buster ready and waiting through the smoke, and the entry's in, but Kicker blinded provides a double. Can he get his util out in time? Just throwing what he can into the sky and climbing up above. He's dropped by Glaive. Now Astralis own the bomb site, but there is no way you save here if you're VP. You are giving it every go.
Yeah, James mollied out. His orb can't really find anything yet, but they are boosting him over this smoke. Looking in this little pixel gap. Yakindar's the Eagle strips Magisk from the round. Glaive and Zip, this little duo, the two that took time away from Astralis, have now got to put the hours in when it matters most. Back against the wall, a man down, going back, the flash is good, Zipnix with the first, and still eager for more. Glaive alongside him, miss spray, it's Zip to do it, 1v1, and Jame, the last man, elusive as ever, up on top, nails the no-scope, but there's no time for the defuse. Zip has done it, the clock is enough. All the kills for Virtus.pro, but none of the glory, none of the rounds. 14 on the board for Astralis, and they're on their way to potentially 2-0ing this series.
Wow, yeah, G2 waiting in that semi-final right now and probably a little bit worried as well. We're getting a great game out of Astralis. These B rounds, these executes late have been incredible.
And it's another win from Zipnix, man. There's no stopping him. All of these T-side rounds as of late coming off the back of this guy.
Yeah, and James is a guy you rely on in the clutch, right? There's a reason we see him so late in every single round. He's a guy picking up these ones for VP. Now, that's twice now. That's in the 1v1v Glaive down in Elevator that Glaive hits the headshot. And right there, James gets the kill, but it doesn't matter. He looks to open instead. Dropped off with a boost and a missed shot from James. It's uncharacteristic. The pressure may be getting to him. Astralis on the up and about to close.
Glaive tagged Yakindar crossing B, and he is the only player in this B site again.
No armor last time, no health this time, and no breaks being caught by VP.
They might feel the need to rotate players over. This puts Sanji in a dangerous spot. Could have been the opener for Dupree, but instead, he does see that fight through. Now you've got support for Yakindar in B, and Astralis know this as well. They're no longer looking to commit to this B site. The plan is back up in the air.
Yeah, and if anything, it's a bit ruined. Where do you go? And when? A lot to clear, and flashes give away exactly what you have in your mind. So Glaive tries to take dry fight. He jumps the corner. Buster's back on car with his AWP. He's not the only one. James and Goose got to get past double snipers, and Glaive, not usually an AWPer. Is he up for the job?
Oh, yes, he is. Nails the opener. As you say, more where that came from, up in the site. Now they know about James, flashing him off the angle. The bomb is dropped on the long side. Time is the problem, and James, as we say, the time lord in this A bomb site, is trying and denying the round to Astralis. Even though he's taking fights, it's unwinnable for the Danes. 13 for Virtus.pro, and maybe, just maybe, this game has still got some legs on it yet.
Yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine at this point. VP, never a team to give up or go down without a fight. If you watched Overpass, you'll remember that. Astralis, do they feel the burn yet? They've got the money at least. That was the problem last time when they hit 15, where they couldn't close in regulation. It came down to economy, a lot of it. Had some Galil rounds, had some pistols. That's not been the case. Astralis have been the ones controlling the money in this half, keeping VP on the back foot. That's a huge rifle round win from Jame and co. Yakinda staying alive. Especially after Glaive finding those openers with the AWP. Really seeing him coming into his own with the AWP. And I love how fluid it is on Astralis right now. Everyone's getting rounds with it, right? We've had everyone providing. Zip got that massive 3-piece on the long A. And so, yeah, give it to whoever wants it really at this point. Glaive's back in with a rifle. He's not got armor. I hope he remembers. I hope he realizes.
Glaive,
doesn't look like he has.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me in round 28, Glaive. Come on.
Uh-oh. See, it's hard to quantify the effect this has, but it does have an effect.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll see, right? If the round ended up getting undone because of aim punch, because there's something wild going on, you'll know about it. Stack it up outside of B. Again, the call for Astralis. These B plays, they've created a lot of opportunities for the Danes, but will they look to follow through? Or is this just a little fake in the opening segments of the round? Bit of utility going in, keeping these B players on their toes. Cat control taken, so a bit of a standard default here from Astralis. The only thing they're lacking is long control. It's for that reason that I don't envision this goes back to A, right? I'm guessing that this is an A fake into the B split, and that is exactly what this is looking like right now. You've got utility on Buster and your Kindar, 2 smokes to slow down this B play.
Yeah, they're trying to force the nades out now. There's Buster climbing up and over with his smoke down. Kicken's actually opened up. He's dropped the mid to B. He blocked the smoke. Glaive didn't have open season, and it's an absolute slaughter inside of the B site. Magist trying to save the day. He's grabbed a couple of kills, and the CTs aren't here yet. They're caught off by the smokes, by the molly landing in the window. Astralis, this round looked as good as done. But now suddenly I'm believing all over again.
Especially with guys like Zip still alive. Oh, it's into a 2-on-2. This was a 2-on-5, by the way. Zipnix trapped in a corner. Sanji is right behind him. And even though Magisk is trying to watch for this, it's still the kill coming in for Virtus.pro. Team Ace as everyone pulls their weight. A damn good try from Magisk and Zip. You couldn't have asked for more out of them, but it's not enough. VP, 14 to their name. Oh, and the money. It's so awkward for Astralis. They can put up another buy, but it's going to leave them wanting if it slips away.
I mean, we didn't see Glaive's fight in middle. He died to Kicker coming through CT, blocking the smoke. But if anything, him not buying armor gives him an AK with nades this round. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, there are benefits. I guess that's lucky, but at the same time, you're not exactly feeling lucky to be in this position. 14-14, there's an opportunity. You've just got to make the most of it. Guns getting bought up. Astralis spreading the economy thinly. VP in control. Not feeling the burn anymore, huh? Last time, at least, Astralis had 15. They had that, you know, little safety net of overtime to fall back on if things went bad. They don't have this this time around. Inferno is just merely 2 rounds away. 2 Virtus.pro rounds away. Is that going to be the case?
I mean, when you've got Zip almost 30 kills deep, you got the rest of the gang all around him starting to find their footing. It feels almost very somber that 10 kills could make all the difference in this game. Magisk with the opener, and a huge one to find at that. Look at this, fast up short. I don't know how James has been able to stay alive, but he survived the drop into CT. And look at your Kindar, fast up the short side. It's given over a kill. Glaive has just missed the timing onto Buster, but right now they're concerned with getting the bomb planted, and that alone will get it down. Molly's a little late to do too much damage. Bubsky's out of there, high and dry, all good. Jame on the long side deletes Magisk, and it's another one of these 2v2 retakes, this time in the A-bomb site. Bubsky and Glaive, the 2 to try and keep Astralis in this, and just Jame left to beat. He might be conceding. Jame might be running for the hills, giving 15 over to Astralis.
He did what he could, but he worked it out. That was not winnable. That was not easy. Astralis, it got scary, right? That was a safe plant. They were limited in where they could go, but with James splitting up and that info being gained by Magisk, they're able to take a 2v1. And that puts him in the lead. That puts him on map point, series point, semi-final point here. 15-14. Certainly not done. Bizonic wants to make it so, and VP don't have the money to consider a full buy here. They're just throwing whatever they can at the wall, seeing what sticks, hoping Jame can carry them through with the AWP. But in terms of Jame closing rounds in this map, he has had trouble. He's had huge impact. He's up top of the server right now, but it certainly doesn't matter when Astralis are winning every single 1v1.
The VP style, cold, calculating, merciless, and it needs to be all those things and more. Now more so than ever. Bit of missed utility out here at long, and Zip is looking worse for wear. He's mollied out into the open, in part his own doing. And down now, and over here in mid, Dupree, who's had a quiet game, has reclaimed the 4-on-4. And in this B site, Buster is alone. He's taking control of the tunnels. He's grabbed an AK, and Buster steals the round from Astralis. Just Bubsky. Overtime is on the horizon, and all of it has come off the back of Buster's B hold. Bobski, what can you do? Can you rid us of this man in the tunnels who has stolen the game from your teammates? First kill found for Bobski. Now a chance at a 1v2. A big T-spawn wrap, and Bobski runs right into Jame. It's another overtime. We wouldn't have it any other way. You know the drill. Overtime coming up in just a second. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we getting high tides. I'm getting my prize, only thing my eyes is locked in on. $500,000 mine. I want it right now, don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and tears bring more to my eyes, cause the whole gang winning. I done gave my life, odds low, but we did it, dang we. And we always moving, never on the same thing. Now our lives are highlight reel. We like the thrill, this life's ideal, the hype is real.
We know it, it's just the way we live. We own it, cause stop, we love the thrill. We know it, it's just the way we live. We're grown-up kids.
We are here in the city of the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, and right now there's got to be one long-haired, AWP-saving, water-walking man who can get us over the line. It's Jame time over on VP. Unable to win his 1v1s, but Buster and his team come through to close it out and bring us to extra time. VP, with almost nothing to play with in round 30, have held on. They weren't able to close OT last map on Overpass, but here on Dust 2, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, Jamesus and his merry disciples trying to make this a very good Friday indeed. And well, Dupree over here for the Astralis T side is not wasting any time getting stuck in over at long. A big fight underway. Someone's got to take something, and eventually Kicker will. A man advantage for Virtus.pro to begin overtime. And now we need heroes to emerge. Instead, the problem is dug deeper for Astralis. With Zip falling over in middle, you are immediately relinquished to this tiny bit of map control at long and a 3-on-5.
Yeah, it's a perfect beginning for Virtus.pro. But can they keep it clean? Aggression in B, absolutely no fear for Yakinda. They've been doing this all half, though. This has been VP CT side through and through, just taking the tunnels and coming in on flanks or getting up the catwalk very quick to retake. So this is no news to Astralis. If they double back, they'll see it. Glaive, oh dear, he's going back, but he's not committing to spawn, and that's where Yakinda is, pistol out, running amok. Glaive is missing this timing, but if Yakinda keeps running, oh, he stops. And Glaive now does not have that info. This is a free kill for Yakinda. Oh, he takes it in the end. Looked a bit scary with the first few shots, and now Astralis know they're walking into a stack. They've got to fight their way through.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. You just got to admit, like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys here. It's not likely, but we've got to do our best, and their best is not good enough. The double orbs tear through Astralis. Virtus.pro take the first round in OT. And if that's a sign of things to come, maybe Inferno is on the horizon. That was brutal. The opener for Kicker, extended by Yakinda, who then went on a tear of his own, wrapping all the way through T-Spawn. It's a much more confident-looking VP. And, you know, Yakinda might have said in that interview, our style doesn't need us to be mega confident, right? It's all about a numbers game. But when he, in particular, is feeling that confidence, feeling the ability to take map control in a fashion that we just saw, that is when Virtus.pro look their most terrifying.
Yeah, right. Yakinda is one of the hottest rifling prospects right now in Counter-Strike. You know, we want to see tested up against the best. And well, here is the proof inside of the pudding, located as it should be. Yakinda pushed up deep in B. He spots Bubsky and out he goes. So he may be confident, but he's not crazy. Keeping this in a 5-on-5 as Astralis regroup back in the B tunnels, we still have this double orb. If things end on B, if they can get through Buster and his secondary, then James going to be hard-pressed to retake with his. That's the hope, though. And it might not be the world we live in, because Astralis have the bomb up cat. They still have a long lurker. Options are open. Rotates to closed. We're starting to finally see people shuffle over. They don't think it's B, and they're right in that assumption.
Yeah, Astralis might have been the team to coin the meta where every piece of utility felt impactful and was doing damage. Virtus.pro, they've kind of coined the meta where every peak is impactful. You know, they won't give you fights unless they have to, unless they want to, unless they're perfectly orchestrated with utility behind it. This round is a great example of that. Astralis have been looking for mid-fights and were never given anything. Now they just have no choice but to go 5v5 into this A-bomb site. Kicker, waiting at ramp, is mollied into the open. He is playing with fire. He's right behind that smoke, and Zip is going to spam him out through it. A man advantage taken for Astralis. Can they do good on the back of this 5-on-4?
Yeah, you can just read the lurk. Bubsky's coming in. You can have just checked it, but Bubsky gets the kill. Now Sanji up close. He's got the kill. He's got a chance, and he's got the first kill. But that bomb is open, and not for him, but for the AWP. James is stripping them apart somehow, getting Magisk through the back of Gandalf. What a wallbang. 2-on-3. Bubsky's still here with another lurk to shut down the retake. They're not on the bomb yet, and they never will be. Bubsky backstabs. Glaives showing his AWP off. And despite James' heroic efforts, is Astralis finding an equalizer.
Yeah, I thought when James gets that wallbang, bro, I don't know, I was getting worried. I was getting nervous. Really, Bubsky is the hero in that round there. Talk about like
get right here, man.
Yeah, right. There's such a look at that wallbang. Look at it. Magis never even faces.
And now the auto snipers are out as we get into the last round of this T side. It's brutal.
Look at that damage.
Ouch. So you don't know. Oh, they're going through the molly. Magis smokes it. He runs wild. Buster's on 1 health. He still holds on.
A nade in the window would deal with Buster. It would remove this incumbent B player. James is here with his AWP, but they've already crossed behind the smokes. James isn't aware that a player's gotten out yet, and Bubsky will deal with that AWP. Now, Buster's AWP at 1 point of health has got to do a lot.
Flash to kill him.
Crossing into the site are Astralis. Bomb plant comes in, Zip with a kill, and the molly's going to burn out Glaive, but it's still advantage to Astralis. Kicker and Buster, what can they even do here? Oh, the nade, it just trickles in through the door. Buster's time has come. Kicker, 1 versus 3. He can't find a thing. They're not giving him the fights. And Bubsky's there to see that half through for Astralis. 17-16. They're up in the lead, and it's a big counter to that first in OT that Virtus.pro picked up.
I love the call for Astralis. So many times you'll see teams spam those doors but not commit off the back of it. Well, if you think back to regulation, think back to those last few rounds Astralis managed to grab out of VP on the T side. It was those B plays rather, the mid to Bs, the fast tunnel rushes, which just commits. And Buster spends the entire round hiding from utility that eventually kills him anyway. Also, Jamie, he had a kill on the cross, but he got blocked by his teammate. His line of sight was cut off and he couldn't take a clean kill without, injuring his friend in the process. That's painful. Feeling like you didn't get to have the impact that you wish you could. Maybe even should. Instead, it's Astralis up by a round into the second half. CT regulation was good for them. Near the end, it got a bit dicey. But we're in a new beginning here for Astralis. A new roster with new results. 2 rounds away from a semi-final here at Cologne.
Yeah, and this isn't like a wounded VP, right? These guys are playing lights out. I think it would be even more credit to Astralis if they saw through 2 overtimes in this series.
Oh, no.
Opener for Zip on Kicker playing with utility. Oh, the alarm bells are ringing now. Virtus.pro, you've lost a man early. You are now left in this 4-on-5. You've got 45 seconds, and it's all coming down to a last-ditch attempt at a mid to B play.
Is anyone watching, though? Right now, we've got players tucked in close tunnels. That's Magist, but he needs cover from Bubsky to go to the window. dupreeh flashes the smoke. Ikinder's blind, and the wallbang's there. dupreeh gets the kill. Now Bubsky can help out. dupreeh can slink off into the shadows and wait for the flanks to activate, so they will. James turns around and gets his head removed as Magist refused to get checked, and Astralis keep it clean as can be. 5 alive, 18 rounds. The future looks bright for Denmark.
Yeah, oh man, what a story. Astralis, they get back on land, and this is what they look like. A VP that don't want to go down, that don't want to give up, that are giving it everything they've got, and it might not be enough. They need 2 more rounds to take this to a double overtime.
VP definitely needs some credit, right? They've held on in both of these games. Remember, Overpass was 12-5 down before they pulled the comeback to OT. It hurts to lose in that fashion, to lose so close after a comeback so large. But the credit is there, where credit is due. And even more to Astralis to, as you say, weather that storm and come out ahead. Let's see if they can finish.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Top teams, they come and go. The thing that separates these legends of the game from everyone else is this ability to pull it all back, right? To make these kind of games happen. Right when everyone was ready to write Astralis off, they've managed to potentially take down Virtus.pro 2-0. Real legends, they're baptized in the fires of LAN, right? In the cathedral of Counter-Strike. This round, well, this could either be a whole new chapter in the tale or the beginning of the end for Virtus.pro. Cat control taken.
Oh no.
Everyone grouped up here. Astralis, they hear the noises on Cat. They know there's bodies here. They're rotating Bubsky back in. Virtus.pro ready to just deal one of these back-to-basics A plays. A Cat execute with utility pouring in. Kicker cut down by Bubsky in CT. A 4-on-4 as that bomb gets into the site. Glaive is still waiting for this long fight, and it could decide so much. Sanji wins it out. Is that the chance now for Virtus.pro to carry this round over the line?
Flashing through, rushing them down. The VP are fighting you in the spawn. The Ikinder double faces in for 2, and Magisk is left on the back seat, warming the bench, and maybe having to save. Ikinder won't let it happen. That's a lights-out headshot. And Sanji, massive round from him as well. Not only does he grab Zip as the Cat exit comes in, getting a long kill, but he then just concedes. He goes all the way back to the doors. Glaive knows he has to hunt down that kill. If he doesn't hunt the kill's coming to him. Sanji's going to chase him. And I think at some point, Glaive thought that Sanji had rotated around Catwalk. He was so tucked. With Long getting lost, there's no way but CT back in, and Yakinder's keeping that on lock. VP holding on.
Yeah, say what you will, but these guys are willing to do anything but let go. Virtus.pro, they want to savor every moment on LAN. They eyed up these playoffs as the opportunity to show the world that they can do it on the local area network just as well as they can online.
And in a time of CIS where Na'Vi and Gambit have taken all of the, attention, all of the glory, VP have been grinding just as hard, putting in the work, putting in the hours, and finding similar results. Well, this would be one that could even rival that of those top two teams, but they're not there yet.
Yeah, out through mid. Big opener for Kicker. And once more, it's Dupree on the receiving end of these opening kills. Astralis are going to have to dig deep. A double overtime waiting in the wings unless someone here can find it all, can steal glory from under the nose of Virtus.pro. Smoke out short side. Glaive has seen that first player crossing, but the shot cannot connect. Glaive being given a couple of chances. Things are heating up for him now. They're pouring in through the catwalk, and Glaive is really feeling the pressure. There's one from this off. Can't make it a double. And with Zip spotted, he's getting wrapped from the long side. This is falling apart at the seams. Virtus.pro just 2 kills away from a double overtime affair here on Dust 2.
Let's run it back, baby. I got nowhere else to be. Astralis, they're coming in off of Cat, and they're coming in foaming at the mouth, but VP have locked the door. They've shut the gate, and they kept the smoke up. Astralis throwing in that execute utility just to retake, but there's more Molotovs where that came from, and more kills for Yakinda to be claimed. Punches another ticket. Magisk now alone yet again in an unwinnable round, and VP, all they have to do is slip the noose round his neck, and there it is. 18 all, double overtime. This game goes on, and the semi-finalist not decided yet.
Yeah, it's all still hanging in the balance, man. Oh, VP. How are they this resilient? How is this just an average day in the office?
Yeah, like nothing new. We've been seeing this all tournament, all year long for VP, and even before then. Rare to see, a team on LAN stress Astralis out in a way they're doing right now. Dupree's still been fairly quiet ever since he got, taken down by Buster in mid. And here we go, we run it back. Money refreshed, round reset. And 4 out of 6 need to be found by one of these two teams. Or we just go again. And we swing in this never-ending, perpetual overtime cycle that is VP Astralis.
Yeah, 22 rounds is the magic number we're looking for now. I know the HUD tells you that, what with it being all swanky and new. I'm used to having to be the one to pass that knowledge on. Little Molotov going to force Yakinda away from short. The early utility damage, it's appreciated for Astralis. Softening up someone who's been so key at creating all this space for Virtus.pro. Maybe going to try and tame the beast that is Yakinda a little bit here.
Good luck. Easier said than done. And Yakinda looks to be at the forefront of yet another round. We've got that palm tree flash for Magisk again, so a safe flash. They won't see it coming. It just pops out of nowhere. Glaive trying to stop the cross. This is hard. This is where, the AWPer really needs to be coming alive. And Yakinda wants to drop into spawn or cut off rotates. Forget dropping. Your team are already out in the mid to be. Bubsky doesn't know yet. His teammate's getting pressured, and they're very close. Bubsky gets the spot, and he even gets the drop. The bomb now loose, and they find Dupree. Bubsky hunting, but he couldn't see Jame up close. That's put VP back in favor. Yakinda is here to cut off rotations and ruin your day while he does it, and the bomb has been planted.
Yeah, this is brutal. You've got to get out. You've got to deal with Yakinda. You've got to flush out this one man in CT. They will deal with him, but it's taken a lot of time. Precious seconds eaten off of this clock for Astralis. Up through the double doors they go. They've got to be pacey. They've got to be speedy. There is a mid-wrap coming in as well from Virtus.pro. The longer they take, the more damage Buster can do. He's stripped Glaive out of the round, and for Zip, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's going to take the fight to the site. He's going to take the fight to Jane. Deal with him, but no time for the round. Virtus.pro, they take the first in double OT.
Man, I love how Jane does that, right? You could just expect him to go and fight. He's feeling it. He's having a great day today, but he just shrinks down like a little tortoise inside of his shell. The longer he lives there, the longer he stalls out Zip, the less chance there is to win the round. So beautiful work from Jane just to live, and that last second backstab for Buster as well is there to help out. All the kills, but none of the glory here for Astralis. They've got to earn their rounds. Auto snipers are out, and in round 2 of the half, usually we wait till money is no longer a problem, but VP are planning for success. Sniper in middle. Oh, Glaive was double scoped topside. The timing almost eludes him. Yakinda could have taken that kill. Just didn't expect it to be so easy. And we're seeing things like that from Glaive where it's like, okay, yes, timings like that maybe someone who's not been AWPing for 10 years on this map doesn't know, doesn't catch him here. It's just something to consider. It's the clear, notable difference between someone who can use the AWP and someone who does use the AWP. VP looking interested at B, but Glaive is here.
Oh, and he's trying to get stuck in. That's actually just going to give the opener to Virtus.pro. It's rolled out the red carpet. Dupree a dead man because of that flash.
Okay.
And it's all unraveling for Astralis now. This is VP in a nutshell, man. They get you exhausted. They get you tired. They get you making mistakes that you never often make. It's Astralis' urgency to try and get information, to try and take players out of the round that comes back to hurt them. Virtus.pro 20-18 and 1 away from a flawless T side in double OT.
That would be great, right? That would be, a sigh of relief for VP. The T sides have been a little weaker in this game, in this map. So let's see if they can do it. Again, the AWPs are here. No more auto snipers down mid for VP. They don't want to do it every round and let Astralis start taking space. Sanji's taken long very quickly. The molly is in, and that's a nice start for Bubsky, providing cover to his teammate. Yakinda's dead, and Kicker will follow as well. Sanji, they know he's here. He's locked behind the box, and grenades are flying in. Nowhere is safe right now, and they're coming to you as well. There's another flash over the top. Sanji blind, and he still hits the kill.
Oh, they just want to get him. He's a free kill as far as they're concerned. Finally, they burn him out.
Felt like that should have come first.
Right? Especially considering you're just sat on it. But I guess, wanting to try and just force the kill without wasting that bit of utility, it ended up costing them quite the player. With Zip removed, that is the shining star for Astralis out of the round. And James has now weakened this B site, plucking Magisk from the ranks of Astralis.
Oh.
That's opened up a chance at a mid to B.
And again, just VP classic. They know themselves that there's max 1 dude on B right now. The question is, where's that float player? Are they around CT? Where's that AWP ended up? And Glaive is starting to move in. VP going back to tunnel. They throw the mid to B. They wait. No info for Astralis. No kill comes. And for all Astralis are concerned, VP could be back in T-spawn by now. They could be regrouping for the long side. Glaive wants to get info. It's cleared middle. But it's not mid where the problem is apparent. It's B, and the mollies are coming in. VP are making it clear as day. Dupree just needs a kill to hold on.
Yeah, there is a flash on Buster, but it's not going out. Dupree instead swept aside by the entry of Buster. Glaive has now got to do it all, and he's been spotted. Does deal with James, and just Buster left to find. Glaive takes it all away from Virtus.pro. A double on that AWP, and the retake is in, spearheaded by the IGL AWPing phenomenon that Glaive's looking to turn into.
Yeah, that would have been awful if they lost that round, right? That was a 2-on-4 for VP. That would have really hurt Astralis. It would have been a clean T-side as well. Instead, Astralis at least have something to fall back on. 1 round of buffer. And VP, this is the best half they've had yet. So they're probably foaming at the mouth, ready to close this series, or this map rather, take us to Inferno. And I can't imagine how good that one would be. Especially between these 2 rosters, 2 famed Inferno teams. But we're not there yet. Astralis, if they win all 3 T rounds, it's a done deal.
Yeah, the thing I just cannot let go of is no one exemplifies this saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint, more than VP, right? Like, if these guys were boxers, man, so many other teams would be just guys who get into the ring and try to put it to bed right away. Virtus.pro are all about making you tired, making you exhausted. And Astralis is surely feeling that burn now, especially when it's been them with the chances to close this game out, right? At every turn, VP have had answers. They want this 3rd map more than anyone else. Can they get us there? Mid control taken for Astralis. Once more, Virtus.pro not giving any of these early fights over. So while you've got control, you don't have much else. Bit over here towards Cat, but no real idea as to where VP are occupying on this map yet.
Times are ticking. 40 seconds and Astralis start to walk out on the catwalk. That bomb's still back on Xbox. Don't be surprised if things double back and they get confusing for a second. Dupree has dropped in on the spawn. Now the pressure's on those two B men. They've got to hold strong. Kick it trying to kill Dupree. Cannot find that headshot. It's Dupree to open up. And now the mid to be activated. Bubsky first to fall for Astralis, and there needs to be no more if they want to keep this game going. Yakinda's denying the B split. Buster there with the AWP up against Glaive, misses his shot, and Glaive's hunting him down. Buster gets 2 shots off before Glaive can, and even though Dupree's farming kills, they don't make a damn difference. VP, 21 rounds off of the time alone. It treats him so well.
Oh, and we might get to Inferno after all, right? Either there is a third overtime waiting for us, waiting in the wings, or we get to go to Inferno.
Have you ever considered, Harry, that both of those could happen at the same time?
They could both happen, actually. Secret option C. Oh, my. Look, man, auto snipers purchased up, but they're not going to make the effort to tag anyone on the cross. Instead, going to move everyone over towards B early, with the exception of Glaive, who's running amok in middle. If they went B right away, this is the perfect time to strike. Glaive lining up this mid util, gonna go, oh, actually, wait, that's the door smoke thrown over by Glaive. James realizing just how alone he is, and he can't make a stand. The B bomb site is overwhelmed. Astralis, a fast B play, might have just kept this dream alive after all.
Yeah, again, I'm going back to it, but it's what worked in regulation. They just couldn't close this one. They couldn't get those last couple of rounds, and then we started seeing faster B rounds, that auto sniper spam, the mid to be quick calls. I love it from Astralis. They've just got to put a bow on it now and close the round. Glaive going in to take down Sanji in the tunnel, and at this point, VP, there's nothing to save. There's also no reason to go for it. So looking lost in the source. Yakinda's going to try and get some kills, pad his stats, but reality is sinking in right now. More util is landing. Glaive is hunting, and it's only Buster just trying to get away with something. VP won't make that mistake again. They won't leave a solo man on B in this round, but it draws the question, do Astralis go back to what's working?
Right.
Or do they try and avoid the stack?
This is the mind game that's in play heading into what could be the final round, right?
Certainly.
When a round matters this much, you're sure to potentially overthink it. Right now, both squads are trying to debate how to approach this round. Are we going to have Virtus.pro staying true to these 4-man A stacks early with a single AWP at B? It looks like it. They're going back to the tried and tested 4-man A hold in the beginning. Solo B, not deterred by the outcome of that last round.
Yeah, this time James back to his usual tricks though. It's Yakinda, solo B, and James hunting for kills in middle. The nades are nice. If they landed Zip, it would have been a kill. Instead, it's Zip finding the opener. Wall or smoke spam to Buster's face. And one of the two B players, if you want to call them that, with Buster leaning middle, is now gone. Astralis know it, and look at them upping the ante, upping the pace, running in through the tunnel with no warning, no flash. Yakinda's here alone. They're already up close towards the boxes. Dupree's firing off. Yakinda's dropped the bomb, and he's managing to stall out Dupree's fight. No way! Yakinda takes 3 kills and keeps this round going. He might keep the series going, and into Inferno we go. 3 maps, the distance, baby. It doesn't stop now.